This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Friday, July 12th, 2024. I'm Sarah Simcox. The new Indiana Dinosaur Museum opened today in South Bend after several years of planning, development, and setbacks, mostly due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The museum was founded by Mark Tarner, who is also the CEO of the South Bend Chocolate Company.
I have mixed emotions. I'm very excited. I want to inspire kids that they can do anything. My dad taught me how to be a candy maker, and I really taught myself and asked for other people to teach me how to be a paleontologist. You don't need a degree to do this. You just need determination, experience, and applied knowledge.
The museum also includes the new home for the South Bend Chocolate Company's 60,000 square foot factory and the soon-to-be-opened South Bend Public House restaurant, among other amenities. Officials from real estate, construction, and property management firm Legacy One cut the ribbon Thursday on its new headquarters on Fort Wayne's southeast side. The firm invested $500,000 in the Legacy Office Center, which also houses several new startups, as well as community and conference room spaces. The Indiana State Department of Agriculture has announced that Clark Smith is the new director of the Indiana Grain Buyers and Warehousing Licensing Agency. Smith previously worked in crop protection and management at Indianapolis-based Corteva Agriscience. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the Engage Indiana series, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. With an unrelenting focus on growing Indiana's economy, we'll dive into each region's unique challenges and distinct opportunities for growth. 9 regions, 1 goal. Indiana's bold future starts here. Discover more and register at ibj.com/engage.
Indianapolis owners of short-term rentals, such as Airbnbs or Vrbos, would be required to obtain annual permits under a new proposal pending before the City County Council. IIB's Alex Brown has details.
The measure, authored by Democratic Councilor Kristen Jones, aims to create a permitting program that would allow the Department of Business and Neighborhood Services to conduct inspections of properties as a condition of registration. Short-term rental owners would be required to pay a $150 annual registration fee. The council referred the proposal to the Metropolitan and Economic Development Committee, where it will receive a public hearing on Monday. The proposal is a step that some see as necessary to weed out bad actors that offer short-term rentals that can become hotspots for crime. Jones told the IBJ in a statement that the measure has been a significant focus for the council that is, quote, driven by passionate advocacy from our constituents who have expressed their concerns for the future of short-term rentals in Indianapolis, end quote. The Department of Business and Neighborhood Services would handle enforcement of the measure if it passes. If property owners fail to follow the ordinance, the department could inspect properties, issue citations, and revoke registrations. Alex Brown, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Ohio-based Master Brand Cabinets, which has a large presence in Du Bois County, said Thursday it has completed its $520 million acquisition of Iowa-based Supreme Cabinetry Brands, Inc. CEO Dave Banyard called the deal a major milestone that positions the company to reach more consumers and widen its product offerings. The acquisition was first announced in May, and Banyard said the entire Supreme Cabinetry team is being retained, though a specific number of employees was not provided. Master Brand said the acquisition is expected to create $28 million in cost saving over a 3-year period through procurement, facility optimization, and overhead expenses. Ascend Indiana this week announced it's awarding a total of $700,000 to 4 locations around the state to launch youth apprenticeship pilot programs. Ascend CEO Brad Rohrer told Inside Indiana Business the collaborations outlined in the recipients' applications helped them stand out for funding.
We had several applications, but really looking at the collaboration between industry and education and the community and coming together there to develop those opportunities, because industry is going to be a key component in apprenticeship opportunities, because education takes place in both K-12 and inside the 4 walls of industry. So the partnerships were incredibly strong in all these regions, and others was really tight. We had a lot of great applications, but we ended up with these 4 sites.
Each recipient received $175,000. One grant went to organizations in Muncie and Newcastle, while the others went to recipients in Jasper, New Albany, and Crawfordsville. You can learn more about the plans for the funding at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. South Bend Chocolate Company CEO Mark Tarner is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Sarah Simcox for Inside Indiana Business Radio On Demand.